skills are lackluster at best.
What was... Hey everyone, welcome to our Facebook Live video. We're powered by education. I'm Jessica. This is my brother Mitchell.
Hi.
And my other brother Jason. Thanks for joining us. We're so glad y'all are here. All, it looks like 208 of you. Wow, that's
Thank
incredible.
you.
Thank you.
We love these groups.
Yeah.
It's such a great community where we can get encouragement. We just thank y'all for joining us.
Maybe we should wait a couple more minutes, see who comes in.
Yeah.
See if anybody else joins. Maybe not a couple minutes. That might be a little too long.
Seems like an eternity.
Right.
There's our mom. She joined us. Hey,
Thanks,
Mom.
Mom.
Jennifer.
I did a real
I
first
did.
name basis with her now.
Alright. Just had her name. There's Lucy. Hey, how are you?
How's it
Hope
going?
you're doing well.
Ben, Charla, thank you. Alright, I guess we should go
We
ahead.
can go ahead and
Let's
get
get
started.
started.
Yeah, let's do this.
Alright,
Who's
so so basically we're just going on here to give you a little background to our personal school choice stories. So we started off a little rocky. We did about every school choice you can imagine, homeschooling, blended learning, and ended up in virtual school. And that just kind of worked best for us because when we first started, we realized that,
The traditional school setting just wasn't conducive to what we needed.
yeah, exactly. So I had bad learning disabilities, Tourette's, and bad social anxiety. So a traditional brick and mortar school wasn't great for me.
Yeah.
Um,
I had, like Chase said, we had learning issues. Like I had dyslexia and ADHD, and so that really affected how we did school.
Yeah, I just needed something to fit more of my dance schedule. It was pretty rigorous. I was training with a professional company, so I needed it to be a little bit more flexible than being in class 5, 7, 8 hours a day, something like that.
yeah.
So we then moved from a not private virtual school. We're not that far yet. we then moved from a private school, the traditional brick and mortar school, to homeschooling. And while that gave us some more flexibility, like I needed for my dance schedule, or they needed to be able to work around their anxieties and dyslexia, it was great for that. But what it lacked for us as we got older was the instructional support. Because handily, as you can imagine, juggling 3 different curriculums 2 years apart is probably a little difficult.
It was tough.
It was
I'm sure,
tough.
for
It was
Mom.
tough on our mom, and so as we got older, we needed a little bit more instructional support for the maths and the sciences
Right.
and
All the hard
those
subjects.
all those great subjects.
As good as our mom is, she doesn't have a PhD in all subjects, so
Right.
it was hard for her to kind of jump back and forth and keep track. And so,
So,
Go
wait, yeah. So then we went to blended learning. We did blended learning, and that's where we went into a school 2 days a week and did our test and got some instructional support.
And Veritas Classical Schools was the great program that we used for that. They're a blended learning school, like he said. They have a few locations in the Memphis area, which is where we are, and then across Tennessee. And I think they're nationwide, last I checked. So,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we went into virtual school because TNVA opened up.
That's
and,
Tennessee Virtual Academy.
and that's K through 8th grade. I think then it was K through 6th grade. But we went there and it was phenomenal because the teachers were exceptional. It was very communicative towards students and teachers and parents and teachers, and it was just very communicative. And then the curriculum was really flexible. So we could go on baseball trips, we could kind of go at our own pace, but it was also very rigorous as well, and so that was a great option for us. And we eventually went into International Academy, which is a K-12 private high school, and which was equally as phenomenal.
Still all
because-
that flexibility that they needed.
Yeah, still very flexible and very teacher and student interactive. And so that's what we really loved about it, is that it was rigorous and that it was very communicative.
And since I was in high school in a little bit more of an archaic time period, I guess you could say, I did correspondence work through the University of Mississippi. They had a great independent study high school program where I was able to communicate with my teachers that way and get some schoolwork done that way as well. And it also allowed me the flexibility I needed to be able to dance and, like they said, travel. I went to a couple of different countries. I went to Haiti and Honduras and Mexico all in high school, which was great. And
to the
kinda-
point of flexibility, we all were able to get jobs at a young age. We worked at Chick-fil-A, which is phenomenal because of their awesome leadership training, and
it was
really
a great
equipped
first job.
us.
It was a
Yeah,
great first
wonderful first job.
Yeah.
Me and Jason also ended up playing baseball middle school through high school with a homeschool organization called MHEA. It's like the Memphis Homeschool Education Association.
Yeah,
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Right?
It was very competitive, and we traveled a lot and played other teams. And so we went up to like Missouri.
Had a chance to go to Florida to the baseball homeschool World Series.
Which you didn't know that existed till today, but it does.
It does, and it was very competitive, and we got to travel. But our school schedule allowed us to be flexible and do it around our travel schedules and dance and work and stuff like that.
Yeah, which was just a great experience for all of us. And we just want, if there's one thing that y'all take away from our video today, it's that it'll be fine and it gets better. And hang in there. It took us a lot of trial and error
To find the school option that fit us, and maybe virtual school isn't what's best for your kids. Maybe yours thrive in a brick and mortar school or in a blended learning
or
school.
in a homeschool environment, you know.
Yeah, so
straight
just
homeschool.
stick with it, and it'll be fine. We turned out okay.
Right. I ended up going on and taking a gap year after high school, which is I took 1 year off, and I went down to Pine Mountain, Georgia, which is in the middle of nowhere.
You didn't know that existed either until today.
Right, exactly. And did a program called Impact 360, where I had very rigorous leadership training and kind of went more into business leadership and what it looked like to work with a team and be involved in a team. I got to spend a month in Brazil and do some work in Brazil with a summer camp and a couple of different churches in the area, which was awesome experiences. And then from there went on to the University of Memphis. And
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers! And graduated in 3.5 years, which thank goodness that I graduated, period. But graduated with honors, and they're there now.
We're all Tigers.
So we're all Tigers through and through, which has been, it was fun because we were all there for a semester.
Just one semester.
One semester.
The whole fam was there.
But Chase and I are currently attending there.
Yeah.
So we're not quite done yet.
But all that to say, it gets better, and don't give up, don't lose hope. You'll maybe turn out halfway decent like us. So now I think we're ready to. If there's anything else, y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna open up for questions. If any of y'all have to or want to ask us anything about our school choice journey, we'd love to answer y'all's questions. So.
It looks like we've got one. Teresa asked, how hard was it getting into college? I think it was as hard as it is for
a normal
anybody.
brick and mortar school.
You know, it takes a lot of work going up into it and taking the ACT
test
and the,
applying for them
right.
was terrible, and the essays and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. But International Academy,
They made it really easy for us to find and apply to our college. They have great career advisors, career counselors. So they really worked with us and kind of walked us through that process and made it as painless as possible.
Yeah, as humanly possible.
It looks like our next question is
Monica. Did you have any trouble making friends?
Short answer is no. Since we were in the virtual school, International Academy, we had plenty of opportunities to get to know other students in the school through outings and different places we went to. We also worked and got to know a lot of our closest friends are from
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And baseball was super fun.
Yeah.
Baseball and dancing. So no shortage of social opportunities
Right.
and
Right.
places to meet people.
Yeah, and we did I don't know if y'all remember this, but like way back in the day, we did some homeschool co-ops, and we were able to interact with other students who were going through similar things as us, and through the blended learning program, we also were in classes with the other kids at our age. So there, like Chase said, there wasn't a shortage of social interaction.
Yeah. Dale asked, which option do you like least and most, and why?
Ooh.
I think virtual school was our favorite by far, just because it allowed us flexibility to do what we wanted to do, and baseball, dance work. And the least favorite option...
Are we thinking about the same one? Yes. So in between our private school days and our blended learning days, we did homeschool. And part of that was the curriculum Bob Jones University. They had
DVDs.
I wasn't sure if it was DVDs or VHSs. They were a little old-fashioned, but...
it's just a smidge.
They had a learning set where we watched videos and then just took tests on what we learned. So
it looked like something straight out of the 80s. It was horrible.
Blast from the past.
That you mentioned that, because our next question is a memorable field trip that we went on, and I'd have to say my most memorable field trip was going back to the 80s.
With Bob
Jones. But,
so that had to be the worst option.
Right. Which, along the lines of memorable field trips, I think, in all seriousness, one of them was going to Petit Mountain and hiking around up there. With the flexibility of doing virtual school and homeschool, we got to go wherever we wanted in new school. So we got
anywhere with the Wi-Fi.
Right. You'd be surprised there's some in the mountains. We found it, and the mountains. So Petit was fun. We got to hike around up there, and
Lake Winnie was another good one.
Lake Winnie was another good one. That was in East Tennessee, like the Chattanooga area. So that was also really fun to get to do that. Let's see. Our next question is from Ray, and he asked who our favorite teacher was and why. And his mom, I think mom's the right answer to this question.
The right answer.
She's our favorite.
But I think that
for me, so in International Academy, I had a teacher named Joseph Zangel. He was my engineering design teacher. And back in the day, I had a tough time following directions, and some may say I still do. Anyways, he really worked with me and really helped me recognize the importance of paying attention to details, following directions, and really kind of went out of his way to help me through that course and really gave me the skills I needed to be successful in education. So thank you to him. He really helped me out. He's my favorite.
Karen asks us what our favorite and not favorite subject is. My least favorite subject of all time, hands down, is math. Hate it. Geometry, says the engineering major. Engineering. I was going to say geometry was probably the worst. My favorite would have to be Spanish, which is like by far my favorite language, and then history, which I think these two also love learning another language.
Not a chance.
Only a computer language. Computer science was my favorite course by far.
I'll tell you what my least favorite was literature-English. I was never good at that. Writing was not my strong suit. I would probably have to lean more towards the maths or I took a personal finance course, which was really fascinating at the time because we were working at Chick-fil-A, and so I was like, I'm going to save money, and so yeah, I think that was a really good course as well.
Totally worked out.
Right.
All right, the next one is from Sydney. She asked, "What are some extracurricular activities that you all enjoyed?" Obviously, dancing and playing baseball were big
traveling.
ones.
Big ones. Traveling was a huge one for.
We also worked, which we've mentioned.
I'm not sure if
Is
that's
that an extracurricular?
activity
You
to a
know,
necessity, but I mean,
we basically anything active. So we all like stand up paddleboarding.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Anything outside, going to the park, ultimate frisbee.
We like to go to museums too, and even in high school, we went to some museums. We through Tennessee Virtual Academy, and they had outings across the state, so where kids could get together and kind of learn, put faces to the names of the kids that they're in class with every day. And I think one of our favorite ones was going to the Pink Palace. We could walk around the Pink Palace, which is a museum.
A huge mansion here in Memphis, Tennessee, turned into
a museum
museum.
of like arts and science, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've been. And I think that they have a huge IMAX, and going to the IMAXs were like our favorite.
Coolest.
we also like going to, in Memphis, there's a really good zoo, and so we like going to the zoo. I think you get
It's one of
free
the
on
best in
Tuesdays.
the country.
Yeah.
It's ranked, so.
Along with Shelby Farms.
Bet you didn't know that till you tuned into this session. Bernice, if you could do homeschooling differently, what would you change?
I would say the amount of interaction and teacher support. We had our mom, which she did awesome, but there are three of us, so
Right.
having a someone to personalize my own learning was the greatest for me, and I wish I would have had more of that during my
I
homeschool
think that was a
days.
good answer.
And one of the ways that you could help with that is Khan Academy and like other online resources, or like
Definitely.
I think on the some
On the pages,
files.
on the group pages under files, we have attached a Netflix list of educational movies and shows, to where if you are a parent homeschooling, you can kind of set some of your students up watching educational material while you're helping other students, or if you just need a break.
I think along those lines, though, when we were going through homeschooling, technology wasn't quite as advanced as it was today. So if I could go back, I would hope that technology was further along than it was when we were actually going through it. So I would encourage, if you're doing the homeschool option, to really take advantage of the technology that's around these days. The Netflix videos, the YouTube videos, the Khan Academies, things like that, because it'll be very helpful and beneficial to your students to maybe not hate math and science as much as
As some do.
Some people do.
right.
Steve says online or in person. Definitely online.
Yeah.
I love online school.
That was much better for us personally. Obviously,
Yeah.
everyone is different, and people have different preferences, but our preference was definitely online.
Yeah.
So
And we
And-
already talked about the.
We have a question. What was our most memorable field trip? Lake Winnie for me. That was my favorite.
For sure.
Loved all the rides, the food, the funnel cakes.
Like,
it was an amusement park, so that was probably one of our favorites too.
yeah, I would say so. And we talked about going to Pettigene, and we just got to go to different places and experience different cities, which was a lot of fun. We went to St. Louis, and when we were in St. Louis for their baseball trip, I know they talked about this a little bit earlier. I forgot that we went to a Cardinals game, and that was a lot of fun. Our first major league experience in Major League Baseball, and that was a lot of fun. I would have to say that's probably one of my most memorable.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much an overview of our K through 12 our educational experience. we'd love to hear from y'all in all of our groups to hear y'all's story.
Yeah.
So please
feel free to reach out to us. We'll put our names in the comments.
Email
and
addresses.
stuff like that. And please visit our website at poweroфeducation.com if you need any other resources.
.org.
Sorry.
Poweroфeducation.org is our website. We also have a landing page on Facebook, so you can feel free to like there to find out more information and figure out what we're doing. But we're really excited for these groups and the encouragement and the support that we're building. The community that we're building through these groups. Thanks for joining us today.
You.
And we hope to hear from y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.